Alright, it's time to test out R5 Elif versus R6. I'm only going to do the comparison in Dark Starlight because I'm kind of tight on crystals right now. I need it for bootleg market. So I'm going to do 3 attempts with her R5. This is her relics right now. I don't have the best relics for her 2-piece. It's best to go for the 2-piece set that increases her S1, but I don't have it. And also I don't have her Divinate as well. Her Divinate gives her a chance to inflict fervor on any of her attacks, and the fervor debuff is damage taken plus 2%, and it can stack up to 10 times, which is kind of like Seer debuff but a little bit weaker. It does need to stack up, and then also after the carrier takes a turn, the carrier will take I think it was 1% of their max HP, so a total 10% of their max HP. This is not going to be the main team I'm going to be running because without R6 Sakura she doesn't really add much to the team, but she is a safe bet just to make the comparison. And then she is needed with Feng Shun because Feng Shun is her best support when you have her at R6, because when she is pursuing with her S1, that can give her a buff of either attack buff, crit damage buff, or speed buff. And within those 3 buffs, 2 of which, when she gets the buff, she will pursue with her S3 as well. She's still very good without Feng Shun, but it's not the maximum potential that you can get out of her. I'm going to be doing 3 runs with her R5, and then I'll show you her R6 and we'll see how this goes. Again, this is not going to be the main team that I'm going to be running her in, because without R6 Sakura it's not the best. If I can break my high score even without her R6, then that's going to be pretty good. Okay, without her R6, as you can see, her damage is not the best. 3.7 million slack, having a buffed version of Jingwei. So only 3.7 million. Embla is still much better than her. Okay, 1 million only, as you can see. And also Elif pretty much has her best support in the game, which is Feng Shun. And the good thing about Elif is that she doesn't need to have the entire team built around her. Whereas units like Embla or Sloan needs the entire team to be to revolve around them, right? Embla needs all of the supports, and then Sloan needs all of the supports that can make her assist attack. So as you can see, her damage is not the greatest at R5. Let me just give her R6, and we can see her damage skyrocket. This is her R6. When Lion Stance is active, performs an assist attack with Lion's Roar when ally attacks. This is when she becomes a completely different beast, because when she procs an assist attack with her S1, that could also proc either an attack buff, crit damage buff, or speed buff. And when she gets attack buff or crit damage buff, she will also perform an assist with her S3. We got, what was it, 3.7 million just now. Now with her R6, what are we gonna get? 54 million, okay. 11 million. Look at the difference. An increase of 8 million just going from R5 to R6. Okay, it's showing a lot of connection error. Okay, we already got a higher score for the week, 59 million, and she got 15 million by herself. She is an R6 or bust character. If you don't have her R6, you're not going to be getting the same results or even remotely close to the result that you would get from her R6, right? So the goal for today is for me to beat at least the high score of my Phobetor and Dark Starlight. I'm not going to be breaking my Sonica high score because, again, she's not going to be in Team 1, and the contribution that she adds to Sonica is not that much in the grand scale of things. Now, the team that I actually want to run is with Valeria. So I have her at R3, and she gives this power reserve to all of her allies whenever she takes a turn. And whenever this power reserve is triggered, she gains plus 20% AP. So if the enemies do an AoE attack, she will instantly get her turn and use any of her attacks, right? She also has a speed down. And the thing with Elif is that you want to run her with allies that are extremely fast. So that's the reason why you still want to run her with Embla in Dark Starlight, because Embla gains a bunch of turns from her seed proccing. So without R6 Sakura, I think the second best option is going to be with Valeria. She has 2 attack skills, she gains a bunch of turns, and most importantly, she also provides 50% damage reduction, just to make sure that I don't get one-shotted. Okay, 54 million, not bad. 13.2 million, again, she's doing a lot more damage than Embla. I think my Embla died right here because she's only doing 6.5 million. Come on, the goal is 63 million to break. Again, keep in mind, I don't have her Divinate, so I'm missing a lot of damage from herself, and also the debuff that she provides. The debuff is very good. It's kind of like Seer debuff, but a little bit weaker. 53 million, come on, 40 million, and 7 point, yeah. This team is still very much vulnerable to like one-shots from the boss. If you don't have an R6 Sakura, you don't have the speed, you don't have the defense, you don't have defense buff as well. The defensive buff is very big for you to survive. And maybe I think Valeria is not doing enough for the team. The 50% damage reduction, if the boss does single target hits, it's gonna only give Valeria plus 20% AP. Okay, 59 million again. Oh, this time we scored a pretty crazy score, but I think my team won. Team 2 didn't perform. And there we go, 60 million. 18 million with her. And then in total, this team scores around 21 million, 22, 32, 40 million plus with this team right here. Alright, let's swap back to Sakura. I think her healing is very much key to the team. We'll do maybe 3 runs with Sakura. And then I'll try maybe... Sachiko could work, but she has 2 buff skills, which is not the best. Yeah, 31 million. I don't even know what the hell happened here. But Sachiko also increases all of my Inferno Espas damage by 10. Ooh, 67 million. There we go. But we got the same amount of score as we would get just now. Yeah, about 40 million with this team. Feng Shun going kind of crazy though. But yeah, we broke our high score of 63 million. Not that big of a high score break, but I don't even have her Divinate right now. And I don't even have her in the best team. Alright, I'm content with my Dark Starlight score. Broke my higher score. Now let's try Phobetor. Okay, first I'm going to be testing her out in Embla's team with Feng Shun as well. But if it doesn't work out, I'm probably going to switch out some stuff. Okay, not looking too good. 36 million. But she is still outperforming Embla in this team. Come on, if I can get closer. Wow, okay, what is going on? 28 million. Alright, since the Embla team wasn't doing too well, I'm going to try this team. Swapped out some of the units around. This team is based off of my guildmate Kemi, which is currently rank 1 with 117 million score. Because previously, if I didn't have Chu Yao in this team, Embla wasn't proccing the disease debuff enough, and I would just lose because the boss would just one-shot me. I think I'll stop right here. This is a pretty good score. We'll take a look at this run real quick. I'm just trying it out. Just trying to run Sloan 2 units that can help her assist. Again, I'm not running Chu Yao because I need Chu Yao for the Embla team. Otherwise, the Embla team will just die because the team doesn't have any sleeps, right? With the Embla team. But this team has sleep, so I don't really need to, you know, run a disease unit. And yeah, I think this team can survive all the way to the end. Alright, Team 1 didn't survive all the way to the end because we didn't land the sleep debuff, which is unlucky, so it only scored 6 million, which is very low. Now Team 2, this is what gives us the most amount of points. Elif is doing 25 to 28 million by herself with this team, and it's pretty consistent as well. She provides the consistent defense break and also the Seer debuff as well. I'm doing 184,000, almost 500,000 every single time she S1 and S3 procs. Yeah, 200,000 now. Yeah, this team is going very slow, but it is 100% uptime on the sleep debuff because of the amount of turns Sachiko is taking, and she's always just constantly reducing the cooldown of Elaine. So Elaine will go cycle between her S3 and S2, which has a very high chance to land the sleep debuff for 2 turns. But yeah, this team is going pretty crazy. I think I'll do maybe 4 more tries.
Stop the cap.
I'll do 4 more tries. I'll do some few changes and then we'll call it a day. I think this team was already good enough because the boss is taking pretty much 0 turns and the sleep debuff is on 100% of the time, so the damage that I'm doing is amplified by 50%. Okay, so Team 2 scored 37 million by itself. Alright, Team 3 did survive all the way to the end, so I don't need to make much changes to it. Damn, unlucky. We got 64 million plus like 4 to 5 times. I still have a lot of improvements with her. Again, I'm still trying out a bunch of different teams, and she doesn't even have the dividend on her yet. Conclusion, is it worth to R6er? If you do have enough wish stones to R6er, it's definitely worth it. She is the #1 DPS in the game for PvE contents right now. She's not the best for PvP, but you can still use her for like knockout offense teams. But keep in mind, she is a DPS, so she will eventually get power creep in PvE because her main selling point is her damage, right? Her damage that occurs outside of turns. So she doesn't eat up your turn counter, and she does her damage. She does massive amounts of damage. She has a very good uptime on Seer debuff and defense breaks, but in the future we might have better DPS than her, and she might be swapped out. And she is very dependent on whether you run Feng Shun or not. If you're not running Feng Shun, she's not going to be as good. But when you run Feng Shun and her together, these 3 slots are pretty much, you know, anything that you can run. So she's not that dependent on the team, but just dependent on Feng Shun. She is one of the best R6 in the game, and it's definitely worth it to R6 her. The other, you know, equivalent R6 in the game right now, I would say, is R6 Sakura, because she is just a PvE and PvP monster. But yeah, that's about it. Ciao. Okay, finally I hit a high score, but if you take a look at my crystals, I'm kind of down in the mud right now. A bunch of changes to the team. My team 1, team 2 and team 3 got a few changes. Let me just real quick show the relics. That's Uran. My Liam is on Harmony set, really fast as well. Sienna is on Ocean Wave. And then I've included Haley on this team with the Relief set. And Sloan is on the Thunder set. Elif actually has a different set now. She doesn't need 100% crit rate anymore because there is Sachiko in the team. Elaine on the Ocean Wave set. Xuanpin is now on the Harmony set. Sachiko on the Ocean Waves. And my Feng Shun is a lot slower with the attack set, so that he can get Xuanpin's buff. And then the biggest change is my team 3. My Chuyao is the same set. Embla is also the same set. Fushi is the same set as well. But I've included Yamato, and he's on the Relief set just to proc Embla's seed. The reason why Yamato is here is because his R2 adds more attack and defense to my fighter and defender espers, up to 50%. And then this is my Sakura. So yeah, that's about it for the team. I finally got a high score in Phobetor. It only took like 3,000 Nexus crystals, or was it 2,000? I don't know. I'm kind of down in the mud right now with the crystals, but yeah, that's about it. Ciao.